Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Monday, March 27th. And please, if the universe could be nice, we could just get back to talking about normal things after having a few weeks of mayhem, frankly. So if you've got a regular old question about your regular old financial life, not about whether or not you have FDIC insurance, you probably do, then give us a holler. Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, let us know if you'd be willing to come on the air. And you know, the best thing happened to me, Mark. Even though I was woken out of a dead sleep at one point last week, then I was luckily canceled by the show on Wednesday night. And I got an amazing night's sleep on Wednesday. I slept all the way to 5:45.
You got to put that in perspective. For most people, that's like, sleeping until 10 o'clock.
It pretty much was. And I felt so good. No wonder people like to get a good night's sleep. You feel so much better. This is great. Anyway, I could get up. I did a Peloton. I had a nice walk with the girls. Everything is good. And now I get to talk to you guys. So we're starting a new work week. I hope everyone is kind of on course here. I have to say this is a huge week for us, Mark, because this is our week where we have our very first Jill on Money live webinar. It will be taking place on Thursday night, March 30th. So if you guys want to join us, live webinar, Mark and I are going to be there. Web Queen Karen Kranick will be there, and special guest Ed Slott is going to be there. And Mark, I tried out the new camera, which is also very exciting. I don't know. I could probably use a better shot. We'll have to talk about that. But Mark and Karen said we need new cameras. So I bought everyone a new camera. Anyway, I am so psyched for this. This is going to be really fun. And Mark, at some point today, let's talk about the special content that we're going to roll out, your great idea. And I'll talk about my great idea. And if you guys have great idea of extra content that you would like, if you were a member of the Jill on Money live community, for that big $35 annual commitment. That's all we're talking about. It's $35. Give us a holler. Go onto the website, JillOnMoney.com, and hit the Contact Us button. Today, I'm so excited because I love it when you guys have a subject line that grabs my attention. And certainly Donna, she did this. So Donna is on the line from Syracuse, New York. Donna, this is what got me. It said in your subject, retired to refired. So tell us what's going on and how have you been refired?
I retired from New York Supreme Court. I had 31 and a half years, and I retired in June with a pension. And I freelanced for about 3 or 4 months, and I just did not like it. I'm a court reporter. Did not like it. So I pre-ordered your book and decided it was time to upend my life. And your book arrived 3 days after I accepted a federal job in Virginia.
Awesome. Okay. So first of all, how old are you, Donna?
57.
Okay. And so what's the pension? You have this New York State pension, right?
I actually have 2 pensions. My New York State pension is $84,000.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I have a $6,300 military disability each year that I don't pay taxes on. And then I retired from active duty and reserves with 30 years in, and I will draw that pension in about another year and a half. That pension will be $15,000.
Wait a minute. So in 18 months, you will have not only your taxable New York pension of $84,000, which is taxable federal but not New York?
Right.
As long as you live in New York or always?
Just if I live in New York.
Okay, got it. So there's that $84,000. Then there's the disability, which is $6,300. That's per year, right?
Yes.
And then this third one, which will kick in 18 months, of $15,000. So 3 sources of income, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's a lot of money. Donna, can you live on that amount of money? I mean, just again, in 18 months, if we look forward, can you live on this $106,000 a year?
I'm moving to the Virginia Beach area, but I have no debt, and I am in the process of selling my house, which has quite a bit of equity. So I think I'll be fine.
Are you single? Are you partnered? What's your story?
I'm single. My son is fully launched, no student loans.
How old is he?
27.
Great. Okay. And you said you have a house that you're selling. What's going to be the cash that comes out of the house?
I think I'll net about 300,000.
Wow. Okay. But you're not going to buy straight away. You're going to rent for a bit, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you figure your expenses are going to be when you go and make this move in Virginia?
So you mean my monthly expenses once I arrive?
Yeah.
I can live very comfortably off of 7,000 a month.
Okay. Great. And what will your new salary be?
92,000, and they match my TSP 5%.
You got to have a lot of money saved. You sound like a saver to me. Tell us about how you have saved before you had this job. So what have you accumulated?
I have a 457B through New York State deferred comp. That's 1.2 million.
What else?
I have mutual funds of 13,000, a money market of 8,000, a savings of 10,000.
Okay. And the deferred comp, that 1.2, Donna, that is pre-tax, right?
200,000 of it, about 200,000 is a Roth.
Okay. So, I mean, Donna, what's our problem? I'm so excited. I feel like I'm on the edge of my seat. Can't wait to hear what you're going to do next. But what are the issues that are looming for you? What questions can we help you answer?
My biggest question is I'm moving to Virginia, so I have to pay state taxes at the Virginia rate on my New York pension, in addition to paying it on my new federal position. And I don't feel like I have enough liquid assets. Hopefully the house will sell quick and I'll put that money into mutual funds or something. Mm-hmm. But I don't know whether to do the 30,000 pre-tax or Roth with my TSP or whether to just do the 5% match and throw the balance into
Yeah, I'm thinking the 5%. Mark, what are you thinking? Because it is funny because of there's so much money that she's built up already and has money and cash flow. But I mean, when you're earning all this money, even though you haven't gotten the 15,000 yet, I mean, the 84,000 plus your 92,000, you should be able to just build up your non-retirement accounts pretty sizably and pretty quickly, I think. But the question, I guess, is, do you think you're going to end up being a renter, or are you the kind of person like, oh, I'm not going to feel good unless I buy? I mean, like, what is your intention, you think?
I would like to buy. I'm in a lease for a year. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be about $3,000 a month where I am, but it's just too small. I'd like to buy again.
Okay. So, Mark, do you agree that we need to build up some of this cash reserves and non-retirement investing?
I think for the time being, definitely until the house is sold. But if she is going to eventually contribute, Donna, how long do you think you're going to keep working?
I have an underlying medical condition, so I'm hoping I can do 10 years.
If you eventually do contribute to your retirement plan at work, I would 100% do Roth because you are going to have so much income. I mean, you already have it coming in, so you're going to have a lot of pre-tax money. I would do Roth.
Yeah, I would too. And it's a funny thing because I know that kind of hurts when you think about, well, it's more taxes and this New York pension is now going to be taxable because I'm not living in the state of New York. But I mean, just to put a fine point on it, you know, you will be, I would say mostly, I think, let me just read that. Let me just do this quickly. So I have the 90 grand in pension and then the 92 is 180. So, you know, the highest bracket you'll be in is 24%. Okay. It's not going to be much lower than that, frankly, just because you make a lot of money and you have the pensions. But I don't think you're going into the 32%. And also, I think that when you retire and then you start to get that third pension and you then claim Social Security eventually, you'll get some Social Security, right? You don't have do you have the carve out, or will you be entitled to Social Security?
I'm entitled, and I actually have those numbers for you.
Tell us what is it at 70, at age 70?
At 70, it's 54,000.
Good Lord. I mean, I think you're going to have a lot of income. And so I agree with Mark. I think it should be Roth, get the match. I guess that the house thing is going to be really interesting because there is also a world in which if you were to buy a place in this higher income area, right, the high cost of living area, do you have any sense of what it would cost you? In other words, I don't know the area, but are we talking about, like, for you to get something you'd want, we're talking about $1 million or 800,000 or something? What do you think it is?
About 450 to 500,000.
Oh, you're so golden. You're so golden. You really are. So here's what I would do. Keep this 300 liquid for a year. I mean, literally, I would not invest that 300. I really wouldn't, because I feel like even if you start looking, you could start looking in 9 months from now, you have to pull the trigger and find something. And then I would build up my non-retirement savings, because I think you're going to end up wanting to put a bunch of money down because interest rates are still going to be high. This will all work out beautifully. You'll have plenty of money if you want to pay down this mortgage fast. If you want it, eventually, if you get this, if you get a house or a condo, and I would just try to build this up. And then I think the other part, which is kind of interesting, is that, when you're 59 and let's say you work until you're 65, that not even like, we'll see, but let's say it's 65. Then I think for those 5 years, I think what we're going to want you to try to do is take some of the pre-tax money out before you start claiming Social Security. So I know that the state taxes on the New York pension kind of makes everyone nutty, or when you're out of state. Oh, by the way, I always love those pensioners from New York who are like, I moved to Florida and it's so unfair that I have to pay income tax on my New York City pensions. Well, then stay in New York. That's your opportunity there. But you've got this great job. You've got this great gig. Nothing bad is going to happen. This is all amazing. We want you to build up your non-retirement savings, money market, mutual funds. There is just nothing that is standing in your way right now. It is an absolute amazing financial landscape. So I am so happy that you have reset. I can't even tell you that this kind of story is just amazing. I'm thinking that you've probably reset 3 times, right? Like you basically have 3 different careers. This will be your third?
Well, I was working in the court system full time, but I was active duty Air Force and then went into the reserve. So I was deploying and going overseas in Japan and all these great places with my son for several months a year. I just stayed in New York to get past the court system, get my pension from the court.
Amazing. It's amazing. So what else can we do for you, presuming that you have all of your estate documents done? You've been a good egg about that, right? But is there anything else that we can help you with?
One quick question.
Sure.
My son is 27. And I helped him buy his first house. I am wondering, with my last 2 pensions, I haven't done my election yet on my military pension, and then eventually I'll have a federal pension. Could I list him as the pop-up provision and he could just take, I know it would affect my pension a little bit, but it'd be something that he would take right into the rest of his life? If
they allow you to do that, many pensions, it's funny, they don't allow that. But if you're telling me they allow that, it's a lovely thing for you to do. He's going to inherit a ton of money, obviously. He's your only kid. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a problem. Some people listening are going to be like, wait, I couldn't do that with my pension, because some pensions are only spousal beneficiaries. They'll only allow you to do that. But if they let you do it, I mean, as long as he wants it. What does he do for a living?
He's a cyber engineer for a government contractor.
Oh, come on. He doesn't need the money.
Oh, I love him.
All right. It's not a big deal, because then you take a little haircut on it, right? So, instead of you getting 15,000, maybe it's being, I only get 12,000. So what? That's fine. If they let you do it, I think it's a nice thing to do. I'm so excited. And you're going to be traveling quite a bit on this job, right?
I'm going to be mostly in Europe. I think I'm going to do a little bit of Asia.
Oh, my God. Where do you most look forward to being stationed?
Probably Germany.
Really? I just came back from Germany. Where in Germany do you think you'll be?
Probably in the Munich area. There's 3 different bases there that I'm going to be assigned to that I'll be overseeing there. I'm looking forward to Turkey, too, and I have been there before in the Incirlik area.
Amazing. Be careful in Turkey. Things are a little sketchy there, but you know that. Istanbul, one of my favorite cities in the world. I am so excited for you. Donna, we wish you the very best of luck. Send us pictures. Let us know how everything goes. And if you have any other questions, give us a holler back, okay?
Thank you so much, Jill and Mark. I love everything you do.
Oh, thank you. And if you, like Donna, are ready for a reset, I've got a great idea. I've got a book. It's called The Great Money Reset, and it is available for you wherever you buy books, or if you want, just go to the website, JillOnMoney.com, and we've got links. Also at JillOnMoney.com, don't forget, you can subscribe to our new service. It's called Jill on Money Live. Isn't that exciting? First webinar coming up this week on March 30th. Ed Slott. I want to say he's the father of the IRA, and I can't. I want to say he's the godfather of the Roth IRA. So he's the IRA expert, and he is the big fan of the Roth. And We are so excited, and I hope you want to join us as well and ask Ed those questions live. It's exciting. Okay. Do me a favor. Try to lift someone up today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.